Today we are playing your deck in top 200 ranked Mythic Standard. That's right, you, a subscriber. This is one of you guys. Nolan/ThineSelf is his magic username, and he is part of the Spicy Taco membership tier, and he sent me a really lovely email asking if I would play this deck, and so we're going to run it. We're going to run it here live in top 200 ranked Mythic Standard, and then about halfway through the video, if I feel like I've got some tweaks in mind, we'll tune it up, and I might make a couple changes to what we have here. But I do want to call out that Nolan is running the Wandering Rescuer, a very sweet mythic rare card I have never played before. She is a 5-mana 3/4 legendary creature, Samurai Noble, with Flash and Convoke and Double Strike. Other tapped creatures you control have hexproof. So if we got a couple creatures out on the battlefield, you know, we're going for the big Collector's Cage turn, pay 1, tap, try to put a +1 counter on our creature, hit the Hideaway 5, and our opponent tries to kill our creature. In response, we could potentially convoke all of our creatures, flash this in for super cheap. Other tapped creatures you control have hexproof. We protect the target. We resolve the cage. It's a little bit weird because if the Craterhoof is what's under the cage, then all of our creatures are then tapped. So then we don't get the benefit off of that. But I'm sure there'll be other scenarios where this is really cool. And I've never played it before. So definitely excited to play this. Nolan is also running Enduring Innocence. Honestly, kind of a cool decision. It benefits from almost every single card in the deck because all of our 3-drops also have power 2 or less, which means we're going to be able to trigger the Innocence. If we do some weird cage shenanigans on our opponent's turn, maybe we get double draws, so that is something there as well. And then Nolan is being a little bit greedy in my mind with 4 copies of the Craterhoof. We never want to draw this card. He did leave me in his email a robust mulligan guide. He says he always mulligans this, which makes sense. It's basically a 6-card hand if this is in hand. But yeah, we're hoping to hit this baddie off the cage and just go to town. I'll also note that Nolan is running 23 land. I think this would be a mistake if you were running classic things like the 4-mana Gearhulk, the 5-mana Elspeth, the 4-mana Mistmoors, but we're not doing that, right? We're never planning to ever cast the Behemoth from hand, and the Rescuer actually does get quite a bit cheaper off Convoke. So I think given that we have 4 elves and a bunch of 3-drops and really no 4 or 5-drops, I think 23 land is pretty reasonable to me. So yeah, thank you, Nolan, for submitting the deck. We're going to give it a go here live in ranked top 200 ranked Mythic Standard, and then maybe about halfway through, if we're feeling it, we might make a couple changes. And this is going to be best of 1 here today. You can see I already have queued up. Potentially, there is a very good version that did well at the European Regional Championship, so we'll see what we can learn from there. But I'm excited for this Flash Convoke, Legendary Samurai type stuff. Uten. Let's see what you got versus the Nolan, the ThineSelf. On the play, Craterhoof in hand, which is obviously a 6-hander already. And we do nothing till turn 3. We're on the play. We could probably hit a more explosive start. This seems like a mulligan if we're really trying to win. Innocence into Evangelist isn't awful. It's just, we're already down to 6, so we might as well mulligan, I think. This is identical, right? This is exactly identical, but with slightly different lands. The Multa 5. Well, now we don't even have double white for Innocence. Yikes. Oh man, this is even worse. Nolan, what's going on, man? What the hell, dude? Okay. Gosh. I mean, you have to mulligan. Alright, hand is busted. Never didn't have it. Multa 4. Okay. This is not really how I expected this to go. All the expensive cards have to go back, and either the Salvager or the Toby. I guess the, whew! That is nasty right there. Okay. Holy moly. I think we just scoop and move on to the next one. I don't even know what to say about this. It's against Boros. Hey, there's the cage, though. If we hit land, like, we do get to do the thing. There is the Craterhoof, in fact, which I think is what we're nabbing here. We just try to get super lucky and go for the win. Problem is they are either like Jeskai control or Boros tokens or something, so they're going to have interaction for us, which is an issue. 1 to the top. It's not a land. Okay. So 15. To be clear, this is not a Nolan deck construction fault. Yes, Craterhoof is never good in the opening hand, but it's not a good opening hand. All right, so here we go. There's a stick here. See if they want to take it. Okay. Well, we do the Toby thing. I'm feeling like there's a Helix coming our way. Get lost, sure. Yeah, map token gets us in the game. That Mulligan to identical hand was wild, though. Surveil. Thing is, the first hand wasn't awful. It just was far from optimal. Like, we're just really slow compared to what we're trying to do here. Okay, so we just hit the cage. The question is, for 1 mana, they could have, like, a Torch the Tower. I don't think there's too much we can do about that. Unless we go for the map token first. I think there's no stick at all. I think we're actually good to go here. Land is fine by me. So if they swept the board, what do we really want? I mean, it's an okay reload, to be honest. We're going to hit for a lot of damage here anyway. It's fine. Okay, well, let's do the thing. Toby or 4/4 is fine. Doesn't matter. Technically, if they were being super sneaky here, and actually did have a removal spell, we would want to put it here. Okay. Nolan, well done. Well done. Crafted to perfection. The Mull to 4. Dude has got his deck building on point. Holy shit. Hot damn, dude. Let's fucking go. Top 200 Mythic. Let's go. I don't even know what to make of that. Okay, alright. Believe in the Crater Hoof. Alright, just aggressively mulligan. Can still win with 4 here. I really did not expect to win that. I'll say I got a lot of flack yesterday for the title of my video. I called it Azorius Flash, and multiple people said, it only has 7 flash cards. How dare you call it Azorius Flash? I didn't make up the name, dude. That's what all the tournament results call it. I'm not here trying to deceive you with my Flash title. We're on the play. This looks much better than the last hand, for sure. Got the Cage, we got the Recruit, we even got the Rescuer coming in. Mana's looking good. We keep this for sure. To be fair, you are correct. There are not that many. Like, a more appropriate title probably would have been Azorius Tempo. You know, we got some counter spells, we got some cheap stuff. Get on the board early, try to out-tempo them. I agree. But I did not make the name up. That's just what other people call it. Insta-dead? Sure. That's nice. Do we save the Recruit here? I actually think we might. If we play it now, then we cage and pretty much do nothing. If we do it now, we could also... I guess we could flash in the Rescue if they wait till our turn. Which should actually be kind of good, right? Maybe that's worth it? We'll try this out. I mean, they're not going to see it coming, so I don't know if they would use removal on their own turn. Nope. Okay. We could double cage here. We don't have the next creature. They didn't use a removal spell, though. I kind of think... It's tough to say. So if we rescue here instead on their turn... I mean, if they don't tap out, it's a waste, kind of. I think maybe we'll just double cage. I mean, I think the Salvager's better than this guy right now. Double Strike is okay. We just want more fodder, especially versus mono black. There is the Behemoth. Okay, well, we're looking for one more creature. Duress. No, that ain't gonna do it. Let's see if you got the cut down. Nope. Well, we do need the last creature here. This is one of any color. Unfortunately, I think... No, we're okay with this. Hold on, which one do we really want here? We're about to tap everything. I guess we actually do go with this cage first. We'll put it here in case they have the cut down. These guys are tapped, so even if they went for the response... Okay, I mean, I think we got this game in the bag. I don't really think there's anything they can do from here. We have the Crater Hoof on the way. I don't think they can kill an artifact. They don't even know the Crater Hoof was under there, right? I can't remember if it's public or not. Is this thing hidden? It's hideaway. It's got to be hidden, right? Rank 163 with the Nolan quadruple Crater Hoof deck. Very nice. Cool. Let's see what other comments. I also want to... I've said this before. I want to apologize for being pretty slow with the subscriber stuff. It's coming. We're doing this one today. Tomorrow, I'm officially filming the video with Turd Gobbler, which I'm super excited for. And then I am going to try to reach back out. There's this person that I was also going to do another collab with. We're on the play. No one drop. We go Cage on 2. Salvager on 3. If we hit land, we go Evangelist pop off. I think it's okay. We only have, what, 8 1-drops? I think we'll try this out. Yeah, Dexify says 7 flash cards. Does it even qualify as a flash deck? I don't know, dude. Let's hope there's no Spell Pierce here. I don't see any stick. There's old Hoofy. Ready to go. Okay, if they were going to counter something, who's the worst card? I guess we have him counter one of these. Makes it easier to hit our multiple power levels if we have a diversity of creatures. It also could just be Omniscience. We don't know what this is yet. They do nothing. Think about it, but they do nothing. We have the next land, so we can go right into Salvage and then Cage. Nope. There goes lots of good stuff. So if we hit a Shelter by Ghost, we could potentially get through that. Okay, we'll keep pushing here. Swing for 1. We could go land next turn, tap the Salvage, put a bunch of +1 counters on stuff. Blast Zone. We still don't know if they're Omniscience or True Control. Or Artifacts, actually, is now the new premise. Holy snap. Alright, we gotta reread one of these cards. Legion Extruder, when it enters, deals 2 damage to any target. Pay 2 and tap, sack another artifact, create a 3/3 colorless golem artifact creature token. So they can sack the Tunnel Grinder because they don't necessarily need that. This still could be no, it's gotta be Jeskai artifacts. The Tunnel Grinder is an interesting include though, because it's a very good reanimator thing. Was Lantern? Yeah, not sure. I would say relatively unclear. So if we play the Evangelist here, we'll have 4 creatures. We can flash the Wanderer in if we just attacked with the 3/3. And I guess we'll find out if they have a sweeper. Okay, finally hit their basic. So they can make a 3/3 blocker here. I'd love to see them tap out for a removal spell. We can try the whole rescuer thing. manual taps. Leave everything open. No, undo it. Okay. I don't know what this comment means. NH Askel says, when playing best of 3, you actually always play more games after sideboard than before. Do you mean on average? If you win game 1 and you sideboard, and you win game 2, you have played 1 game before and 1 game after sideboard. So I don't know about always. I guess you mean on average. Manual taps leave open red. We lock down again. Yeah, I mean, if we're going to convoke, I guess we do convoke here. Just to get down a bigger creature. Makes more sense than using the Salvager. Hexproof does not help, but we just get down the creature for cheap. And we lose our tokens here, but keep our 3-drops and 5-drops. They also lose their Extruder, which is maybe what they are debating. Alright, more land not pressing me. But we do swing for a decent chunk of damage. Double strike. Opponent drops to 4. Okay. Now what? Now you need a real sweeper. Lockdown's not going to cut it. I don't think they're going to run ill-timed explosion. They could. Careless snare makes sense. Can't target the hexproof stuff. We only have 3 damage presented. Careless snare again. Alright, 1 damage at a time here. It's an elf on the shelf. Each creature token. I don't think there's a big reason to hold the land. They're never gonna have its discard though, right? I mean, we could 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What is Crater Hoof? Is that 8 or 10? 8. Technically, we could hard cast a Crater Hoof at this point. Certainly drawing a lot of land. Manual taps leave open red. Tunnel Grind is actually going to be nasty if they resolve it. When they start casting things, they can discover X for free. Which is probably enough to run away with the game. It is a cool card for sure. I'm just kind of surprised to see it in this shell. But I guess they also run the 3-mana Forge artifact. Oh my gosh. Are they going to mill us to death? Another mill card. Is that their win con? Mill 2, then draw 2 cards. Beginning of your upkeep, if there are 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, transform it. Whenever you cast a permanent spell using mana produced by the pools, up to one other target permanent you control becomes a copy of that spell until end of turn. Fair. So if we top deck Cage, we could win on the spot. Depends how much they whiff off the battlefront. Is that it? That would let us win? Shelter by Ghost would be 3 damage. Collector's Cage would be 3 damage. Crater Hoof would be enough, I think. Also 3 damage. We tap the Elf. We still get +3/+3 on the salvage. Yeah, yeah, we got a couple top decks. Let's see how good their game is. Synth triggers. They have a 6/6. So now Shelter does it, and I think Crater Hoof also still does it. That one specifically does not do it, though. That is unfortunate. I don't think we attack, though. I think we hope they whiff on removal. Yeah, a little bit of whiff all around. Probably just take the Toby. I think so. Yeah, I don't think there's much we can do here. Can use the Cage on their turn. Doesn't really matter. I don't think we attack all and just sneak him down to 1. I don't see a big reason to do that here. Alright, it looks like they're likely going to win. 5 cards in hand, a Synthesizer out, I think that was our turn to have the big top tech, either Shelter or the Behemoth. And at some point we could scoop, but Shelter could still be very good. Next Synthesizer, sure. If we like Sheltered, take away the lockdown, get back a Cage. You know, there could be a world where we like double Cage and still crack out the win, even through a bunch of, you know, 6/6, 10/10 creatures. Man, they're just running a mishmash here. Let's see how aggro they actually get, though. It's a lot. Again, we're waiting on a really good top deck. They might not have much instant speed interaction, though. Oh my gosh. Two to the bottom. They can probably attack for 9 here. Sure, that's fine. So if they attack and have nothing, I mean, Crater Hoof, +3/+3. I think we're still 1 short. No, we might have the Cage. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I don't think there's any top deck that gets us there now. That's interesting. Dude is running just every card under the sun. Enchantments and artifacts. Well, that's haste. Okay, I'll give you the nice button. You got it. Trample and haste. Okay. Sure. Good game. Well played, Nolan. Nothing to be ashamed of there. I don't think we're going to come out of that one with the win. Very... I mean, that's got to be a... I think more of a budget player than anything else. Just like, let me throw all my rares and mythics in these colors combinations. Get them down. You can hit them all off United Battlefront. Just make it work. I don't know if that's a very specifically concocted deck. It could, I mean, the Siege is a way to win out of nowhere with the Synthesizer. Just, otherwise, it has no use, right? Feels strange. So far, crushing it with this deck, though. Yeah, we'll do maybe a couple more, and then I might just show you the deck that did do very well in the Best of 3 tournament. We're on the draw. We actually can go turn 2 Innocence, which I think is worth keeping off this. We just have to play the brush land first. Okay, it is Omniscience, so unfortunately I would say this is probably not the best matchup for us right now with this hand. Still, we can go Elf on 1, turn 2 White Source, go right into Innocence, and then, I mean, hope to get pretty lucky. Hit a Cage fairly soon into Crater Hoof and just go crazy. Or they just went on to turn 4. We'll see. No Omniscience yet. Okay, there's the Cage. That's part of the puzzle. I mean, we could just go for it, right? We go Recruit here. 2/2 and a 1/1. No, we actually can't hit we can't hit triple power yet, right? So we just do the Innocence instead anyway. It's a little slow. Maybe it's a mistake. Oh, opponent's stuck on land. They're not going to get a land here either. There's the Omniscience, though. Okay, race is on. Nope, there's a land. Okay, they could win as soon as next turn. Nothing can be done about that. I mean, I think we have to get the Cage going. I'm not even sure that we necessarily attack, though. I don't think drawing a card will change anything. I think we'll see what we can get off the Cage first. And then we'll just play the Recruit. I mean, there's the guy. Do we wait one more turn? So if we do it now, we have a single attacker, right? It's not enough. It gets +4/+4. I don't think that's it. I think you wait till next turn. I don't even think you attack into the dispersal. I think we want every creature for next turn. And then that'll be game. We'll see if they can win or not. Yeah, I think that's it. We can't even cage onto something random. If we cage on the elf, we don't trigger it. Oh, they stock up. That's great. I guess let's math out. If we cage onto the elf, and then we evangelist, then we will have a 1/1 as well. Tap land. Okay, looks like we got him here. Damn. So we'll have a 1/1 here, and then we level up one of these to a 3, whatever, and then that should be enough. Just get 1 extra point of damage. Yeah, should be fine. Okay, land. We need any 1/1 here. Either of these do. Okay, go crazy. Anyone up to 3 power is enough. Whew. Damn. Okay. This is going so much better than I thought it would. It's interesting because the on untapped.gg, I mean, who's to say, you know, how lucky we're getting versus not, but the data on Untapped says, yeah, the people that are running Craterhoof have a lower win percent than the people who are not, who are just doing the more consistent kind of 4-drop, 5-drop game plan. But we are certainly just annihilating people today. We'll do one more here at least, and then we'll try the other deck, I think. I think we'll switch it up and try to do the deck that went 10, 3, and 1, whatever that means. That means they drew once, right? Which is kind of weird. We'll see how that does, but now I feel like it's going to do worse because we've just absolutely annihilated people today. Soldi Rian. On the play. Looks great despite the behemoth in hand. I don't think you mulligan this one. Just go right into the thing. Turn 1 elf, turn 2 salvage, and then turn 3 cage. Alright, it's black. Plan is the same here, I think. No stick at all, so there's no cut down. Okay. I think just Innocence here. Double Paw Patch is quite good against them. But as long as we have the Innocence down, I kind of don't think Mono Black can really beat us with this hand. Unless they duress away the cage. That is one other thing we could do. Is we could play the cage just to get it out from duress. They haven't played it, right? So they have to top deck it off the top. But it does, that's the only way we can really lose here, I think. So I think it's reasonable, even though it throws away a little bit of value. There's a Craterhoof. I think we'll still take that. And then I do think we'll still play this out. It's good against Mono Black. Ideally, one more land lets us Innocence and then also Cage. We'll see if they tap out here. They do, in fact, tap out, so we are good to go. We hit the land, too, which is nice. Okay. Guess it's got to be on the 3/3, right? Craterhoof, cage up. Go ham. Deck's nasty, dude. Nolan, you're basically going undefeated here. We might crack like top 150 mythic. Okay. It's hard to argue with the results. We are halfway through the video. 159 mythic. We are going to play the other deck just for like informational purposes. But I have been thrilled with this. Let me give you my thoughts. I think this is a good point to mid-video talk about things. So far, I would say the Flash person is probably not that amazing. And, oops, that's not it. The number one reason why is just, if this is the card you're hitting off of the Collector's Cage, it just doesn't end the game on the spot. You do get a random 5-mana 3/4. It does have double strike, so it can hit more like a 5-mana 6/4, which is valuable. But other than that, it doesn't just like end the game on the spot, whereas Craterhoof does, and some of the other picks like Gearhulk gets you really far ahead. Elspeth can win the game on the spot if you get the 0 ability. Miss Moors is a huge threat that also makes more threats, so these are really, really impactful, whereas the Wanderer just isn't that impactful. Very cool card. Never played it before. The Flash Hexproof thing is super cool. Like I said, it's a little bit of a non-bow in the sense that if on your turn you protect your caged target and you get the Behemoth and then all your creatures are tapped, so you don't even get to benefit off of that, that's like not so great, but super cool card in general. And then, I thought the Innocence was fine too. So obviously we crushed it today with your version. We are going to take a break here, and I'm going to show you what the... So this is the deck that, of all of the decks in the European Regional Championship running Selesnya Cage, this one performs the best. It was 10 wins, I think 3 losses, and there's another one on the end, which I think is one tie. I'm not really sure why I did that. It's only running a single Behemoth, which I statistically like better, even though today we absolutely annihilated people with 4 copies of the Behemoth. The data does show that the decks that are running this, as opposed to like Elspeth and Mistmoors, are performing worse, even though, yes, anecdotally today we absolutely annihilate people with it. It's terrible to have in hand, whereas you can always hard cast the Gearhulk or the Mistmoors or even the Stormslayer in this version of the deck. It's also running 24 land, which makes more sense here because we actually are trying to hard cast some of the stuff. In best of one, I'm probably going to cut the Prairie down. I don't think we need that many tap lands. I'll just put in a couple more basics here. It does have a little more Tender Wild Guide, which makes sense because, again, 24 land, we can ramp a little bit harder. We actually want to hard cast some of our 4-drops and 5-drops, whereas in your version we didn't. There aren't as many 3-drops. We have 4 Salvagers and 2 Evangelists, but then there's no Toby here, and there's also none of the draw engine thing. 3 Shelter by Ghost, about the same, and then 4 Elves, 4 Recruits, same, and then a couple 1-drop picks for the Gearhulk. And then the sideboard obviously is not relevant for best of one, but there is some Pixie discard hate. I'm not sure what the Aven Interrupter is for, besides just generically, I guess just generically protecting you against sweepers, which does kind of annihilate the deck, and then a couple more 1-ups here for various edge cases. Split Up is cool in this deck too, because you end up tapping a lot of stuff. Hellish Norn is cool too. So yeah, we're going to run this for the last half of the video. The only change I'm making from the best of 3 version is just cutting the Prairie down to 1 copy and then leaving the other lands. I don't want that many tap lands in best of 1 because it's generally much more aggressive, and I just want to curve out and do the thing. So yeah, sweet. I mean, you crushed it the first half. There's nothing to say but that. So I still want to show off this other version here. Rank standard best of 1, and we'll do the European Regional Championship. I think it finished top 32 out of 1,100 players, going 10-3-1. Very nice showing though. I hope you're okay with. I could play the thing for the full video, but I think this will be a little more fun. Hopefully you feel like you got what you asked for. Okay, opponent goes first. We're on the draw. Yeah, Elf into Cage into Paw Patch is looking all quite good to me. We'll keep this. Mana is good. It's a Survey land. They've been the lockdown. I think that has to mean they either have no land or they have the second one in hand already, which does not bode well for us. Plan is the same though. If we assume they have the second lockdown in hand, how does that change things for us? That does not feel like second lockdown in hand. You think you're Hulk. So we could Elf and Recruit, we could Cage here. Feels like Elf into Gearhulk is the direction I most want to move. So I think we will go ahead and play second green source then. Skip the Cage for a while. I think that's fine. Next we can go land Gearhulk. It's probably what we're doing most likely. If we're really worried about No More Lies, we can try to play that. No More Lies isn't very good with Sheikah though. I don't think we play around No More Lies here. They could have Dispelling Exhale though, right? They could still have the next lockdown in hand, since they've been the first one, which is weird to do in best of 1. Which makes the Gearhulk a good play. That is the question though, do they have the counterspell? I think we kind of want to go for the Gearhulk while we have it. We'll be sad if they counterspell. But it's the only thing that survives the lockdown. They've been the first lockdown off the bat, which I think is really weird to do in best of 1. Unless you have to hit land on time. Timer comes out. It feels like not a counterspell, right? If you had it, I think you just fire off the counterspell right here. Unless you have the turn 4 Day of Judgment ready to go. Maybe they have Day of Judgment in hand, but they don't have the 4th land, and they're debating that. What resolve? Okay, 1-drop wise, what's the most valuable thing we can get? I think we re-Pixie up seems very good for the extra value. If they have a Shiko, it is an issue. We could take the Reliquary for a turn 5 Shiko. Shouldn't be too many artifacts, right? I think we'll get that next round. I think we can just take a Paw Patch here. So there's either no counterspell in hand or they go land Day of Judgment, but they're definitely thinking hard about this. They could get lost the Gearhulk, but then we do get the Recruit trigger. Maybe that's what's on their mind. Yeah, I'll go ahead and attack here. See if they get lost or not. Not every Shiko deck runs a 4-mana sweeper. Just check Untapped. What is the most played version of this deck? Maybe they just net decked it? They might not run any sweepers at all besides Lockdown. They might run Dispelling Exhale. 4 Shikos, 3 Bazes. They do have to get lost. That makes sense to me. Yeah, I'll put the +1 here. Gearhulk down. If they have another Lockdown, that'd be tough. Feels like Cage won't resolve this turn. Well, on the next turn we'll have at least 4 mana. We could kick the Wild Guide. Let's see if they just lock down here. Bin the No More Lies. I think if you have lockdown, you just fire it off. Yeah, they do have the next lockdown, which makes sense because they had the first. They've been the first one earlier. I bet this is in the opening hand. So that's why we went for the Gearhulk play. All right, well, we have to rebuild from scratch here. Feels like we just ramp up. Elf plus Wild Guide. We'd have 5 mana next turn. If we hit the land, we could go land, salvage, and cage. They go land, Shiko, Helix. We're kind of sad, though. I don't think most people main deck No More Lies. I'm curious if there's a specific version I think they might be running. Whew, that is nasty. Okay, that's tough for us. Fourth land. Salvage pickup is weird. I don't think that's really it. There's a lot of targeted removal. Double Recruit could be fine here. And let's just hope they're out of juice. I don't think you picked this up with the Pixie. It's probably a little bit too cute. I don't think we need that much value. We might hit another Gearhulk at some point. 2 lockdowns, 1 Brotherhood's End already gone. What else you got? I'm looking for a popularized version with Brotherhood's End. I don't see it, so I don't think we have a specific list in mind for them. We know generally what they'll run, but I don't think we can know exactly what they run. So, we'll just play it by ear. A lot of Sheep Sweepers. Okay, they take the turn off to dig. Tap land. If we could punish them with the cage, this would be the turn to do it, but I don't think we're going to be able to, sadly. I don't think they run Spell Pierce. Technically, we could play this first, just in case. Yeah, I don't think so. Nobody juicy, in fact. I guess we'll take the Recruit here over the Elf, I suppose. That is called a whiff. We could redo it with the Pixie. Maybe we'll do that another turn. Okay. I mean, I think we're committing at this point. If they can find a Hard Sweeper or another Brotherhood's End or whatever. Even a Lockdown's brutal. I don't think we play around that. Chico into Brotherhood's End, sweep everything is kind of brutal. Yeah, that's nasty. Okay, not looking super good. That's the 4th sweeper we've seen. Picking up the cage in general isn't awful because the Paw Patch just doesn't do anything. But I don't think it needs to be done now. I mean, we're close to scooping here. Lockdown double Brotherhood's End is probably about all you need to see from an aggro deck. Okay. Draw 3, discard 1. Alright, this is probably about my last turn of the game. Opponent has 5 cards in hand. We hit another land here, which is about enough. I mean, we can give it one more turn, but it's about wrapped up. Off the top. I guess, I mean, off the top, we want to see either a... We want to see specifically a Salvager, basically, right? Or like a Gear Hulk. Play Salvager. Play Pixie, try to pick up the cage. Well, that is on the stack. Use the cage, put a +1 counter on the 4/4, trigger the cage, and then bounce it back to hand, and assume they have no interaction. Either that or like Gear Hulk can get some stuff and reload the board. But I think that's kind of what we're hoping for. I don't think Elspeth does it, really. They probably just attack it in the air and then Lightning Helix it to death or something. Miss Moors is okay. This Wars will be okay. It's a big creature. They might have trouble killing it unless they have the next Get Lost ready to go. Gear Hulk into... Hey, or Mike could kill the Lockdown. Helix Face. Oh, they're just going for the kill here. I think they're just looking for like another Helix. I think they're bored. I think they are just trying to close out the game and don't care about being inefficient. To 5. 2 Helixes from death. I mean, there is the Gear Hulk for what it's worth. Just feels like too little too late at this point. Haywire might kill the Lockdown, get back some stuff, and cage this turn. I guess our mana is set either way. We only have so much green to go around. Could still see a Dispelling Exhale. Can't pay the 4 through the dragon. 3 sunset. Okay, I think we can scoop there. We take 4 here, and they probably Helix us to death or something. We could top deck one more thing, but with 5 cards in hand, it just seems very unlikely. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, good game. Nothing to be done against triple sweepers there, I don't think. Especially since the Brotherhood's End even clears out the 3-drops. I didn't technically have fun, but it was a good match. I have no complaints about it. So that's just how it goes. Okay, we got 1 or 2 left here. Okay, we'll keep going. PQ Stream says, loving the best of 3 content. I like it too. I'm excited. It's new to me. I make more mistakes, but that's okay. You gotta learn somehow. We're on the play. I think Elf Cage is just fine. The Behemoth is not ideal in hand. But we're very close to just popping off with Cage. I think it's okay. We're a little bit tight on mana. Like, we'll take some pain lane damage off the bat. Right, so Spirit to the face, sure. No blocks. I need that card. Next, Painland. Okay. Well, it's this plus Cage this turn, and then we just hope to top deck something juicy. Okay, give me something good. Miss Moors would be nice. Shelter is the best we have here. I think you do take the Shelter. Because the only way we get to trigger this is if we get a good pick first, right? I think it's going to be the best we can do. Now we hope to hit anything relevant off the top. We're going to have 5 mana, so we can cast everything in our deck except for another Behemoth. To the face, no blocks. Anything decent here. It's another land. Okay. Technically we can threaten blocks. I'm not sure that's even worth it. I don't think it's even worth threatening the blocks. I think we just get in the damage in case it matters. We can do this too. I don't think it's going to change their play pattern. It's incredibly unlikely they just have nothing. There's the rage that we couldn't have blocked through anyway. Take at least 8. Felonious Rage 2, and see if they just fling for lethal. I will say I did 2 warm-up games in the play queue, and both games were turn 3 Rakdos Fling, and I just lost on the spot. And I was like, alright, well, I guess I feel warmed up for best of 1. And it's Fling. Lovely game of Magic. Lovely game of Magic. Okay. QWERTY4321 says, on this channel I've seen Azorius Flash in Mythic, I've seen Azorius Flying in Mythic, yet my Azorius Commander Precon based on Flash and Flying fails to be even remotely good. I believe that. I used to play a casual Commander... Play casual Commander games with some coworkers, and one of them only played Precons, and the rest of us played, like, nothing busted or broken, but, like, more hardcore, like very solid decks. And I think he brought the Azorius Precon once and was stuck on like 2 lands for a 10-turn game. We kept telling him, dude, just draw an extra card. It's okay. Like, just draw as many cards as it takes to hit your land drop. He refused. And then he ended up losing. I was like, damn, I want you to have fun, man. It's okay if you need to cheat out a land. It's okay with me. All right. This is looking acceptable, I suppose. Hopefully Miss Moore's carry the day. It's not incredible. Fastland Elf. I think we're just slamming the Mistmoors on 4. Is it cool? Not that cool. Cool enough. No stick. Ah. Jeskai again, but their mana is a bit awkward. I wonder if they're running the Jeskai version. I feel like I ran a Jeskai that I really hated the mana base. It's like a lot of basics and some field passages. Okay, I mean, I think we can just fire off the Mistmoors here. Yeah, we'll do it beforehand because if they're smart and they pick off the elf, if we attack with the Wild Guide and instead of picking off the Wild Guide they pick off the elf, then we are actually quite sad. So let's not get too creative with it. 1 to 17. All right, they have double white open now. Scoop. Okay. Kind of anticlimactic. We're at the 50-minute mark. We're going to run back one more. We're top 200. It's a really good stopping place, except that wasn't that exciting of a game. Let's try one more, and then we'll wrap up the day. Even if we go a little bit over an hour, it's okay. All right, last game. Win or lose. This is for all the marbles. See if we can finish the day top 200. I mean, we ranked up a lot with Nolan's version, and then we lost a good amount with this version. I think we started the day at like 180 Mythic, something like that. Francois. Alright, busted hand. On the draw. With Might on 1. And Cage and nothing and Ghost and Gearhulk. I don't think you necessarily keep this in best of 1. This feels like do nothing till turn 4, get run over by Mono Red. Except that we have the Cage. I don't know, I can keep this one. This doesn't really feel like it to me. This is vastly better. I think. We can kind of just ramp right into Elspeth. I kind of want to keep the lands and then put back either the Shelter or the Recruit. And I think the Shelter is going here. Turn 1 Elf. Turn 2 double Paw Patch. I think you keep the land. Try to just get Elspeth on the battlefield. It's Mono Red again. Oh, Christ. Well, what a lovely last game. That could be actually useful, maybe. Maybe. Here's a ramp. We could just lose on turn 3. No blocks. It's so much damage. They go pump. That's a lot of damage, right? They go nothing. Alright. You want to kill my elf? I think I'm happy if you do. Yeah, you do. Okay, that's fine by me, honestly. Now what? Plot you. Okay. I think we're holding off on the Recruit to have something to sack. Let's hold full control. If we need to sack something to kill the Slick Shot. If they go pump, fling, is that game? +3. Must be nice. Looks like that's it, though. Ow. Fling is not death. It's pretty weird. So what's left in the hand? I think we're gonna fling it. Rage first. Up to 11, and then fling. Cool. It's a very good game of Magic. Really well designed. Alright, well, I told you that was going to be win or lose after the last one, so that is what it is. We do D-rank past 200, but overall really fun day with this deck. Yeah, the pop-ups with the Creator Hope for real. Maybe you just need to really aggressively mulligan to do the thing, which is about what Nolan said in his lovely crafted email beforehand. So, yeah, thank you so much for submitting the deck. Just a reminder, if you want me to play your decks, you get to the front of the line if you join the membership to the Spicy Taco tier is how you get that. Then you send me an email, and it puts you in front to have me play your decks. I really enjoy these types of videos. I do, in my mind, I want to get up to 3 subscriber videos per week. 1 play your deck, 1 coaching, and 1 play against you if it goes well. Because even if it's just an average video, I do genuinely enjoy it. And so, yeah, I mean, part of this, most of this is just to have fun. So, cool. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed today's video, you can like and subscribe, leave a comment. If you want to do this type of stuff, you can join the membership or not. It's all good either way. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.